All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty amazing, an ancient, and I mean really sophisticated map of the human mind. It comes from a classic text called the Yoga Karabhumi Shastra. Have you ever wondered why some people are just naturally chill while others, well, they have a really short fuse? Or maybe you've noticed you're the kind of person who gets stuck in a loop, just overthinking everything? Well, it turns out this ancient text has a fascinating system for understanding exactly these kinds of deep-seated tendencies that we all have. So you can think of this text as a kind of psychological mirror. It reflects the inner workings of different personalities with, honestly, stunning clarity. But to really get how it works, we've got to start with a key concept. Okay, so the whole system is built around this idea of pujgala. Now, that's a Sanskrit term, and it basically just means an individual, a person, a type. But here's the crucial part. It's not classifying you based on your job or where you live. No, it's all about the landscape of your inner world. And this system, it is incredibly detailed. I mean, the full text lays out 28 distinct, unique profiles. Now, for our purposes here, we're going to zero in on the 5 core psychological types. These are the ones that really apply to almost everyone, whether you consider yourself a practitioner or not. So what are they? Greed, anger, delusion, pride, and what's called discursive thought, basically overthinking. And let's be clear, we're not talking about just fleeting emotions here. These profiles describe our dominant mental habits. The ruts our minds just fall into over and over again. And this is a really crucial point. These aren't just little personality quirks. The text is very specific. It calls them deeply conditioned habits. These are tendencies that have been, and I'm quoting here, practiced, habituated, and much practiced. So we're talking about patterns built up over a very, very long time that literally shape how we see the world. Okay, now this is where it gets really fascinating. Look at how the text breaks down each profile across 3 different dimensions: your behavior, your speech, and your internal state. So take the greed type, for example. Their behavior? They enjoy fine things. Their senses are pleased. Their speech? Sweet, pleasant words. But what's going on inside? A real struggle with attachment. Now contrast that with the anger type. Totally different picture, right? Their body is tense, their words are harsh, and inside they're holding on to grudges. Or how about the discursive or overthinking type? Always restless, loves a good debate, but internally, just full of anxiety and doubt. See, it's a complete psychological blueprint. And this just shows you the incredible precision of this text. I mean, look at this description for the pride-dominant profile. Their speech is lofty. They take no pleasure in humility. They elevate themselves and look down on others. Wow. It's so vivid you can probably picture someone you know right now. Or, let's be honest, maybe you even see a little bit of yourself in there on a bad day. But, these 5 profiles, they're really just the starting point. They're part of a much bigger, much more intricate system for understanding a person's entire journey. So let's zoom out a little. So the full system, all 28 types, it uses all these different criteria to build a profile. And you can see from this list, it looks at everything from your innate intelligence, what they call faculty, to your personal goals, and even how stable you are on your path. It's not just one thing. It's this incredibly holistic, multidimensional map of a person. But here's the thing. This ancient psychology, it isn't just about sticking a label on you. That's not the point at all. The real power, the genius of this system is that for every single type it identifies, it also offers a specific, tailored path forward. Which, of course, leads to the big question, so what? If you recognize one of these deep-seated patterns in yourself, what are you supposed to do about it? Well, the text has an answer for that. It provides specific antidotes, practices you can do for each one. And there's this really elegant logic to these pairings. It's beautiful, actually. If your mind is dominated by anger, what's the antidote? Cultivating loving kindness. Makes sense, right? If you've got that scattered, overthinking mind, the antidote is the focused stillness of mindfulness of breathing. To work with greed, you contemplate impurity, to dial down that attachment. And for delusion, you reflect on how everything is interconnected. Each practice is specifically designed to counteract and rebalance a specific mental habit. Okay, so this all brings us to the most important question of all. Why does any of this matter? Why should this ancient framework, this psychological mirror, mean anything to you today? Because, and this is so important, the goal isn't to put yourself or anyone else in a box. It's not about labels. This is a tool for self-awareness. Just by recognizing your mind's default setting, your go-to tendency, you take the very first and honestly the most powerful step toward real conscious growth. So, as you think about these 5 core profiles we've talked about, what does your own psychological mirror show you? And are you brave enough to really look? Because maybe, just maybe, it's pointing you toward a path of transformation that you're ready to begin.